all over here at the Thornbury Surfacing Stadium with Chippenham manager Gary Horgan. 0-0 draw against Ebbsfleet. Gary, I know you and I are two very different characters. I'm going to see this as one of the best results of the season, and you're going to tell me it's just another point, but summarise that for us, mate, in the aftermath.
Yeah, it is just another point, but a really, really good point in really difficult circumstances. I like to think I hold myself quite well normally, and I wouldn't. It goes against what I said probably on Saturday, in that the officials have a really, really difficult job. But that tonight, I felt, it was really made difficult and a lot more tough for the standard of the refereeing. I won't go on it further than that. I won't elaborate on it further in there. But having gone in there and spoken to the assessor as well, I think we're well within our rights to feel aggrieved, because I think if the officials get things right tonight, then we probably don't have to work as hard for a point against the best team in the league.
I think I can touch on it a little bit. I know obviously you won't delve into. I think the major incident being the big sending off of Eddie Jones. I mean, it's a foul on Alfie just beforehand. It's not been given. Eddie's gone in potentially rash. It looked certainly like a yellow card from where we were, but the Reds whipped out a straight red, and it seemed to cause a lot of chaos. And I suppose for yourself as a management team and as a general rule of thumb, when you put plans in place for teams, especially teams as good as Ebbsfleet, to have them sort of torn aside after 30 minutes from a refereeing decision, especially one you disagree with, that would, I suppose, be the unhappiness you allude to there. Yeah,
a little bit, but my focus wasn't even on the red card as such. Felt we broke 3v2 in the first half, and their defender commits a foul. For me, that's a dangerous break. We've been told that dangerous breaks are automatically yellow cards this year, so there was no booking received in that, and that was a theme that continued. Really good, I'll call them, really good tactical fouls by them, probably 3 or 4 times when we were in, we were outnumbering them in situations. So really disappointed that we then go and make one foul and Luke Russ is on the receiving end of a yellow card. So look, I feel like that we were a little bit hard done by. But yeah, so that's not even focusing on the yellow card. The red card. Just felt that he got an awful lot wrong today. But like I said, please let's not touch on that. Let's talk about what a fantastic point that was, in really, like I say, difficult circumstances, and that group in there deserve all the plaudits, and not for us to be talking about the refereeing performance. Yeah,
I think you're exactly right. Let's get off of him. I think for the first sort of 30 minutes beforehand, when it was 11v11, for my money, I'm sure you may agree or not, I thought we were controlling the game very well, and actually, if anything, against a side as good as Ebbsfleet are, I thought maybe for the first 30 minutes we may have shaded it.
Certainly in terms of chances, I think they had probably 60 odd minutes or whatever it was with 11v10. I think apart from the penalty and maybe one of the really fantastic saves in the first half, Will Henry hasn't had an awful lot to do. And that's maybe because of the way they play and the way they set up, and look, they score loads of perfect goals week in, week out. But yeah, so certainly in the first half, as I said, we've broken, had some really good moments in transition, and just got sloppy towards the end of them. Final pass, final third, Alfie's broke it through sort of 3 or 4 times. Again, like, we've got the overload, and we just haven't made the most of it, and we've picked the wrong pass. So yeah, look, we had some really good and strong moments in that first half, and then it becomes a game of attack versus defence as soon as the misdemeanour happens.
And then obviously what followed after the red card, 60 minutes, like you say, of I think, for lack of a better phrase, heroic defensive warrior-esque qualities that a lot of Chippenham fans have now come to know as, I like the Lincoln game. When you're really sort of packed in there, tight, defending your box for all it's worth, and for 60 minutes for them to only really get a shot on target from the 12-yard spot, you must be really proud of your boys back there tonight. Yeah,
I said it at half-time and at full-time that's probably the proudest I've been in that group in there. Right up there and surpassed Lincoln for me, given that we had 10, and I think they probably give Lincoln a really good game in terms of the quality they've got. They've got players that are probably playing below their own level. So yeah, look, I think for me that was fantastic, and at half time I asked them to go out and represent probably what I think I was probably like as a player as such, and yeah, they've done that, and they've done that in bundles, and they deserve all the credit tonight for how they've performed.
Reading your programme notes beforehand, Gary, you were really stressing the point that Chippenham need to pack this place out and be a 12th man. Tuesday nights are never easy to get the boys and the bodies in, but 458 attendance tonight, of course, a majority of that being your own supporters. And I don't know about you, but I certainly, from my sideline there, I heard them for every minute of those 90, and they were a real difference maker as we were really battling. They were battling behind that goal and sucking every ball out with you. Yeah,
look, they were brilliant again tonight, and you know, like I said, I hope they're proud of the team as I am tonight, really. And like I said, we'll need them week in, week out here. We've, I think, whatever it is, played 17 games away from home and only 10 at home, something along those lines. So we've got a lot of games here, and it's a shame we missed out the run in January of all those Saturday home games. So, you know, that probably affects our attendances on a Tuesday a little bit. But as I said, I'm hoping they're proud of what they've seen tonight. You know, this is a team that's fighting. We'll always fight for, you know, the shirt, and I'm looking at your chest now, seeing pride and passion. I think they've seen that in absolute bundles tonight, and they'll always do that. They'll always do that, irrespective. Not always having to show it, because we've done something sort of slightly different this year, I suppose, and we're trying to have a little bit more controlled possession in part. So, you know, Saturday being as an example. So, but tonight it just shows that's a group that's taken a while to build, and they've shown they've got that in bundles last year, and certainly again tonight.
Management's a tricky one, Gary. You have to ring the changes in a slightly smaller and reduced squad, with eyes on games. You know, I think you and I both sat here on Saturday, and you said that the games against Dartford and Ebbsfleet won't define us, but the games at home against the likes of Cheshunt, against the likes of Taunton, Weymouth, Slough, they will. The first, I suppose, of the cliched 6-pointer on Saturday against Cheshunt. As we mentioned earlier with Russie, he said you 0-1. I'm sure that you definitely echo those thoughts as well.
Yeah, I'd like to get away from the cliches of 6-pointers and must-wins, because they're just 3 points and it's just another game. But what I'd really like to do is, like I said, just put aside to the sword, really, from, you know, at home, so that our fans can see, you know, some of the performances that we've been putting in away from home, and it's not necessarily got some of the rewards we deserve, I think. But yeah, look, it's a big game. We had to make 5 changes tonight from Saturday, and that was a really good performance Saturday. But again tonight, different side of that. But everybody in the group is trusted. They come in. We built that because, you know, we know what each of them is capable of. So it wasn't an issue tonight making that many changes. You know, so and again, like I say, some of these have earned another start. But whether or not, you know, fatigue will play a part in them being able to start again on Saturday is a different matter. But yeah, look, I wasn't there at the away game, but it's one of our best performances again away from home, 2-0 up at half time, and it went a bit south at half time. But yeah, look, we'll be looking to win that game on Saturday and give the fans hopefully a swelled crowd on Saturday as well, but give them something to cheer about. Good stuff. Well, Gaz, you've got all of your family and your friends waiting in there to celebrate the point with you tonight. Hopefully another 3 points to celebrate on Saturday. Good luck to yourself, mate, and we will see you then.
Cheers. Top man, mate.